Karen steals my blind friend's guide dog because she thinks my friend is lying about being blind.
OKOP.
This is OKOP. I'm Samuel Donner.
And I'm John Frye.
And we tell the funniest freaking stories on the internet. I don't know anyone who's funnier.
I don't either.
No one.
Who's Kevin Hart? Who?
No.
What?
Yeah, I've never heard of him. Steve Carell. You know,
more like Steve Can't L.
Hey,
Lost
can't
L.
take L's.
Big L's.
Who else? I don't think there is anyone else. Except us.
Exactly.
Except John Frye and Samuel Donner.
We just replaced every comedian ever known to man.
Yeah. Sorry about that. It's like the snap, and
with the Thanos glove.
The only two comedians left are us. Best comedians around.
We're your only choice of entertainment now. You're welcome.
Yeah. Also, we've been seeing a lot of comments recently from TikTok and YouTube saying I watch your show every day. Like, it means so much to watch it. And I guess it's just making John and I feel like, we're making a difference.
Exactly.
So what we've decided is we should be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Exactly. Because, if you think about it, global hunger, famine, what about jokes?
What about jokes?
What about Reddit stories?
Yeah. Is food and shelter really worth it if you're not laughing?
Exactly.
And as we said, the only two comedians left are us. So
Maslow's thing. It's shelter, food, Reddit stories. Reddit stories number one. You can't eat without Reddit stories. So
that is true. That is true.
We have a great Reddit story today for our wonderful listeners.
You're goddamn welcome.
So shall we dive into it?
Shall we? Let's do it.
Karen steals my blind friend's guide dog because she thinks my friend is lying about being blind.
Even if she is lying, who steals someone's dog?
Bro, why?
How is that your rationale, bro?
Why? It's just painful sometimes. So I have a friend who is blind and uses a guide dog to get around. I have a friend who is blind and uses a guide dog. She was on the train about to exit and we were just texting and I told her I was nearby. She called me and said I needed to help her ASAP while she was exiting the train. Someone had forcefully ripped the harness out of her hand of her guide dog.
What? Bro, she definitely didn't see that coming.
It took me a solid 2 seconds to put it all together. Oh, we're going to hell.
Oh, God.
All right.
Come on. Give us that Nobel Peace Prize soon.
Come on,
we can
guys.
counteract. Gonna be hey, that's our ticket out of hell.
Nominate us already. Now, Opie's friend knew that her dog was close by. She could still hear him barking, but he didn't return to her as he normally would in instances when she would drop the harness. I ran over to the platform that she was on and saw her standing there helplessly.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Truly, this poor woman, she's I don't know, I can't find my dog, and God, just madness. And then I saw the dog. He was held by a woman and a kid trying to pet him, but he barked and barked trying to get away. If you have a dog that's just not about it,
don't try to pet it.
Yeah, and also that's no fun.
Yeah,
it's not even fun.
Petting has to be consensual.
Exactly. Come on, dude. Consent to pet.
Consent to pet. We're putting up the billboards right now. We need proper dog etiquette. You need you should probably ask every time before you pet a dog.
Also for your own safety. Yeah. You don't know what that dog, has got.
So short story. Can I do a short version? Short story. So I have a friend, Jessica, that has this devil worshiper of a freaking dog. And she told me when we went over, hey, my dog has a tendency to be to nip sometimes, right? I'm okay, whatever. I've been around dogs. I've been around dogs all my life. I think it's fine, right? I go over there and it's a cute dog. I'm not gonna lie. It's a cute dog.
Yeah, it's a right? dog.
But it's freaking deranged. And I went up and just give it a little bit of a little pet all of a sudden, and it freaking goes for my eye, and it just lurches forward, and it has permanently scarred my right eyeball.
Really?
I can't close this eye fully anymore because the eye line is scarred. And so I'm like, bro, you got to get, like, you cannot have your dog around people. Like, you know, you sure, like, the warning is one thing, but to still have your dog around when you have guests over, like, you're asking for someone to just get hurt, right? And so that happened, right? Wow. Then Isabel, my roommate, a couple days later went over, and the dog took a chunk out of her leg, and she had to go to the ER. This dog is Satan incarnate. So, one, always ask before you pet a dog. And two, if someone says their dog nips, just assume that they are Satan incarnate and that you should never go near it by any means whatsoever, and it will kill you if it has a chance.
Here's my question, though. How close was your face to the dog's face?
Oh, it was super close.
That's why.
Super close. Yeah, no.
Well, no, it's not totally why.
No, you're right. You're right. It was my mistake. I should not have trusted that spawn of Satan.
Dogs like putting your face close to theirs is like a sign of aggression for dog, even if you're being like lovey-dovey potentially. So basically, it was your fault.
John with all the dog facts,
Victim
Mr.
blaming.
Dog expert over here.
I'm blaming
sorry,
the victim.
I'm an idiot. I didn't know.
That's crazy. You can't close your right eye though.
Yeah.
Wait, so how do you sleep?
No, I can. Sorry, I can't open it all the way.
Okay. Okay.
I can't. Like, I can't. I guess I can't. Like,
that's still like.
It's like slightly different.
It's off. Okay.
It's off. Yeah.
Not as bad as not being able to close.
I look like I'm about to wink at you all the time. You just never know. You're always in suspense.
All right, back to our friend and her dog. Her good, well-trained dog. So I ran over to my friend and told her that I could see her dog, and I led her to a nearby bench where she could sit down. And then I went over to the woman with the dog. I said, "Hey, sorry, could you please give the dog back? It's a guide dog," which, like, honestly, you can be less polite than that.
Yeah, dude, I would be going over like, what the hell
This
are you
is
doing
someone's
to my
guide
friend's
dog.
No.
This person is blind. She needs the dog to move around. Good God. She snorted and said that she'd seen my friend use a phone, so she's obviously not blind and doesn't need the dog.
What are you talking about? You know, there's like accessibility on your phone where you could say if you're blind or deaf or whatever.
Exactly.
Come on, Apple's thought of that shit.
Apple's already ahead of the game, lady.
Apple wants to put a phone in the hands of every man, woman, and child in the world. You think blindness or deafness is going to stop them?
Truly, but
come on, Karen.
This Karen is not worried about Apple's accessibility features.
Obviously not.
Now the dog knows me, so he tried to get to me. I told her that my friend uses special accessibility software on her phone so she can use it.
Oh, who called it? This guy.
And to please give me the dog. Then the kid started throwing a tantrum. That caught the eye of a trained servicewoman who came over and asked what all the fuss was about. The mother tried to claim that the dog was hers. Bro,
she's trying to dog nap right now.
God.
My
gosh. I said, that's nonsense. It's obviously a guide dog. Like, it has the harness and everything on it. And if he was theirs, then firstly, why would he be trying to get away from them? And secondly, they should have the papers on them to prove it.
Give me the receipts.
Lay it down, OP. And that my friend had all the papers on her. The trained servicewoman said that the harness could also be a fake one and he was wearing it as a joke. And that maybe he was trying to get away because I frightened him. Okay, trained servicewoman. Not you two.
Whose side are you on, trained servicewoman? You're on the wrong side of history. History is going to look back at you and be like, trained servicewoman.
Who looks at a guide dog harness and is like, oh, that might be fake. It could be a joke.
Okay, well, I don't know about the joke, but a lot of people actually do that to sneak their dogs into places.
Oh, I see.
I know that because I know someone who does that. Not me. I don't have a dog.
Yes.
But I know someone who does that. A friend or a family member.
Uh-oh.
I won't say which.
Keep them guessing. I then said, okay, do they know his name? Nice one, OP. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Let's go.
He is trained to respond to his name in a special way. The tail points up, the ears straighten up, and he comes to stand on the right side of you. And if they called him by his name and he did that, it would amaze me. Side note, I once made the mistake of calling him by his name when he was off duty and playing with me, as he is allowed a few times a day when my friend says she's safe and will stay in the spot for a while. So basically she was playing with him and he's just like,
He's like, attention. Like I'm imagining some soldier, like a drill sergeant, like, what are you doing, soldier?
That's funny.
Darren.
Now, obviously, they did not know his name, but when I called him, he put his ears up, put up his tail, and came to my side. Hey,
let's go.
Nice
All
move,
right,
OP.
there's the proof, trained service woman.
Now, the trained service woman then called the police. And first, they handed the dog back to my friend, and then they had a look at the cameras. They saw that the Karen snatched the harness away right as my friend was exiting the train. I mean, just
what?
like
you're caught on camera, bro. You're done for.
And just like again, just like how awful and just ignorant of a human kid. Like, who just sees a guide dog and is just like, I'm going to take it while this like blind person is at their most vulnerable.
Yeah,
like,
and I also like, if you're at a train station, you're probably going somewhere to do something else.
Yeah.
Like, who in their right mind is going to do whatever they're doing in their life and then pauses and think, today is the day I'm going to steal some blind person's dog. Like, just selfishly, how do you divert that much attention away from your whatever you're going to do that day to stealing a dog?
Like, you don't have an appointment to get your kid to, or like school or work or anything.
And also, you're just like, is she just staying there?
She was just sitting there.
She's just sitting there with the dog. Why wasn't she trying to leave? This is a bad dog thief, too.
Maybe at least if you're going to be a dog thief, to execute it well.
Come
what I mean?
on.
And honestly, looking at this tape, it's a wonder that my friend or the Karen didn't get hurt. And that's why my blind friend pressed charges for assault.
That is something I did see coming. All right. Thank you. Someone is actually making some sense.
Oh, man. But the Karen only had to pay a fine in the end because it was only her first offense.
Okay. Well, at least she isn't stealing dogs in the regular.
Truly.
Or at least she hasn't been caught.
It hasn't been caught.
Or
Yeah.
This is the first time.
And Opie finishes off by saying, what bugs me the most is that none of the other passengers did anything. They saw all of it happen and no one stopped it.
See, I have a story related to that too. I run at like 5 a.m. right?
Yes.
John knows it well. And I jump in the water and then do a couple push-ups, some pistol squats. And then I go back. And as I was running back, I see these two guys that are biking together. And I'm like, friends biking together in the morning, fun, right? And then one of the guys crashes and falls and the other guy keeps going. And I'm like, oh shit, I need to help this guy that fell.
Right.
But then I see the other guy turning around to help his friend. I'm like, okay,
he's clearly going to help
the guy, right? And so then I continue to correct course, and then this guy goes to this person on the ground and says, "You took my drugs, man," and I'm like, oh my god, and then like he starts like roughing this dude up and like taking like pill bottles and like syringes from this guy, and I'm like, I realize that it is no longer the morning. It is actually the wee hours of the night for these people.
Oh.
And I'm not sure whether I want to get involved. And like, I'm having this moral quandary of like, should I help this person on the ground? Should I keep going? Like, do I want to get involved in a drug deal gone wrong? And as I'm walking, debating this, I'm walking, in these houses, and this is like right on the beach. So it's pretty nice houses. And I look to my right and then I hear, or I keep walking, and then to my right I hear, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then I turn to my right, and there is a 6'4", like 300-pound giant white dude looking at me going, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I look down and I realize he is completely naked. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of here. And then I start run. Like I actually, I was just walking. Now I'm actually running away, getting my workout in. Thank you, guy, for making me run faster. But I'm like, holy crap! Like, why is the early morning is weird, bro? The early morning is weird. And I'm not sure if I should have gotten involved in that. So like, I understand that when you're in a large city where you don't really understand the context of different fights and such, like it's a crapshoot whether you should get involved.
Dude, that is absolutely insane.
I know. I was literally like, I was scared by the noise.
Yeah.
And then I saw that he was naked. And I'm like, okay, I gotta get the hell out of here.
I would have just like peeled. I would have just run.
That's what I did. I ran as fast as I could. Did a 6-minute mile.
And you don't know, like bro is 6'4". Like maybe he's some like ex NFL person who's like really fast or something.
He was big. Like big, both vertically and horizontally. Like this man was a large man. I understand not wanting to get involved in fights on the street.
But you know what you do want to get involved with?
Yeah, get up all in that business.
You want to get involved with clicking that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen.
Click subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on the podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever. And also, if you really want to be a make sure to subscribe to us on Patreon. And also, we have like 3 Patreon subscribers now.
Kathy Quigley is no longer
Kathy Quigley is no longer the other one. Can we give a shout out to these other people? This is so sick. Like I like John and I genuinely really appreciate the support for everyone that's like been coming super early. You know, it's awesome. It's keeping us going. It's making us really like excited. John hasn't pulled up right now, John.
All right. We have, of course, the OG Kathy Quigley. We have Keegan Simmons.
Let's go, Simmons. Simmons. Always giving us the hottest support around.
And then we have Desiree Canterbury.
Desiree, you are a dessert to me. Because that support tastes so good.
Oh boy. Thank you guys. And if you want to join us on Patreon, patreon.com/OKOP show.
Yeah, support. Well, make sure we shout you out in the episodes.
That's right.
And there's more goodies to come soon.
That's right. And with that, we'll see you next time.